Well, it's the second week here at LCS on the final day. I am joined by Svenskeren right now of TSM. Sven, things are looking so good for TSM. What is it? Just you just lock in Biofrost and then everything gets better?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's just Bifrost, but maybe he makes the chemistry a bit more relaxed and like less professional, kind of. So like we can like communicate more openly, and I think it's just we went to a bootcamp 1 month in Korea, so while teams like Immortals were kind of slacking off, so that's why we can beat them now. But yeah, I don't think it's just Bifrost.
I mean, do you think that the boot camp, like the teams that boot camped in Korea, are playing at a different level than the teams that didn't? Do you think that that was a significant difference?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe just for us, because I feel like we have so good players that if we're just like try-harding all the time, we will be the best team in NA for sure. So, but I don't really think the other players on the other teams in the Korean bootcamp, because maybe they're not as good, so it won't help them as much. But I think if a team like Immortals went to Korea to bootcamp as well, they would be a lot better than they are now.
Do you think that you guys are the best team in North America right now?
Our series against Immortals was pretty shaky. I feel like last week we had a really good grasp of the meta, and I feel like we were the best team last week, but we kind of folded this week because all our champs kind of got nerfed this patch, like Kindred, Nidalee, all our champs, so we kind of had to figure out what was the strong picks now. So I think we're still adapting, but yeah, I think we're the best.
Okay. So you are the best, or you're not?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yes, simultaneously to both.
Sure. We're the
Okay.
best, yeah.
Okay, we are the best. Okay, very good. Now, yeah, I'd love to know sort of, you touched on it a little bit. You said Biofrost kind of opens up communication lines a little bit more for you. How do you feel he is as a support? Because it seemed like he kind of had the game-winning play there with the Bard ultimate in the final game. But what do you think of, where do you think he stands among the North American supports?
I don't really know how to rate supports. Like, I think Biofrost is pretty damn good, so he's like top 3 probably.
Okay.
I don't really know how to rate, but yeah, you can always rely on him to have a good impact on the game.
Okay.
So hitting the battles, which just wins us the game, is like really good from him.
Yeah. So you said that all your champions got nerfed this week. Has TSM been a little salty? Is it like, what the hell? Like all of our best stuff?
I mean, our scrims were pretty bad because we had to test like 10 new picks, so yeah, maybe we're a bit salty, but we just have to adapt. That's like League of Legends, always new patches, so the best teams will adapt.
Well, I forgot to ask. I know there was the player conference this past week where they bring you guys all in. It's funny, behind the scenes, no one will ever say this on camera, but I've heard players say like, oh, I have to go to this player conference thing, I have to wake up early, and they whine. And then I've heard other people say that it's actually really cool. So what did you think of it?
I think the player conference was decent. I don't know. It was good food after, and Jeremy Lin was there. I didn't really know who he was before, but he had a lot of good stuff to talk like. He sounded a lot like Weldon, so
Yeah.
I mean, we have Weldon all the time, so a lot of what he said was basically like what Weldon is saying, so yeah, he sounded pretty smart.
But kind of neat to hear it probably from someone who's like such a big sports athlete, even if you didn't know who he was beforehand, probably to see that sort of crossover, right?
Yeah, you could say that he was like a celebrity or whatever.
Now, finally, rounding out the interview, I have to ask you about a certain incident that occurred this week that Double Lift tweeted about. TSM has a long-standing history with microwaves, and you seem to have joined the Microwave Hall of Fame there. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened?
Okay, to my defense, the metal thing looked like paper.
Okay.
So it was like inside cardboard, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was hidden, so I didn't know.
So there was hidden metal, and what was it that you were cooking?
Leftover chicken from yesterday.
Okay. And so you put the metal into the microwave and turned it on, and then what happened?
Then it just caught on fire,
Okay.
and I didn't know what to do, so I was just yelling for help.
Okay. So it just starts yelling, and it just starts on fire, and you just start yelling, "Help! Help! Help!"
Yeah, I was like, help, help, and nobody did anything because
Okay.
they're like, he must be trolling or something, right?
Okay.
But then Kevin came, and then he was like, oh shit, guys, come
Yeah.
help.
Okay. So Hanser rescued you.
Yeah, you can say so.
Yeah. You started to get ganked by the microwave, and Hanser came in to counter gank, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. To use League of Legends terms. I love that stuff. I will never get over that kind of thing. So did you know about metal in the microwave? Because Double said he didn't know.
No,
Okay.
I had no clue.
So when you say in your defense the metal was hidden, you wouldn't have known at all anyway. It was just always going to happen.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to say to the TSM fans out there?
Thanks to the fans for still following us, and it's nice to hear you guys cheer and always supporting us.
Well, thank you so much, Svenskeren, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports, microwaves, and more here at Yahoo Esports.